Welcome to W&L Sports Weekly. I'm Jeremy Franklin. Coming up on this week's show, we'll speak with captains from 3 fall sports teams. Kirsten McMichael from women's cross country, field hockey's Annalise Thole, and Allie from volleyball. But we start with a quick look back at the weekend in Washington and Lee athletics. Field hockey opened up ODAC play with a 5-2 home win over Shenandoah. Men's soccer defeated Randolph-Macon 2-1 in double overtime, while women's soccer lost a 2-1 heartbreaker to Bridgewater. Football dropped a 23-7 decision to Randolph-Macon. Volleyball picked up a pair of ODAC victories, sweeping both Ferrum and Bridgewater. Men's cross country placed 4th in a 30-team field at the Queen City Invite, and women's golf came in 8th at the Williams Fall Invitational. Joining me now is Kirsten McMichael, senior cross country captain from 84, Pennsylvania. Kirsten, welcome back to the show.
Thanks.
I want to go back to your last meet in late September. The Generals won both the 5K and 6K races at the Hornet Harrier. You also had the top individual finishers in both of those meets. What can that kind of performance do for the team?
Yeah, so that was obviously a super exciting day. We were laughing that we got 4 trophies that day, which was great. And I think that meet was kind of just, we've been having a lot of hard practices, a lot of great efforts in practice. So just to go into a meet like that and have such a stellar performance is more just that proof that we can convert what we're doing in practice to a competition and then just have motivation going forward into the bigger meets.
This is your second year as a captain on a roster that still has a lot of underclassmen, especially that large sophomore class. How do you approach your role as a leader on the team?
Yeah, Maggie Siebold and I last year were both captains as well, and we had that class of 10 freshmen coming in. So we decided that basically a dictatorship wasn't going to work. It wasn't going to be us telling them what to do because they just made up the majority of the team. So what we decided was we'll be your liaison between us and coach. If there's an executive decision that has to be made, that's what the captains are for. But we know that every person on the team has their own high school experience, that they have maybe more of an expert in one area than we are. So we kind of just keep it an open forum with the team. And if you feel like you can contribute to help, then we're all equal members. And basically nobody's higher or lower. There's no hierarchy, no matter what grade you're in.
What kind of goals have you set for your senior season?
I think coming in for the whole senior class this year, there's kind of been a big change in the culture of the program over the past 4 years that we're all very proud of. We're the first class to have a 100% retention rate for the senior class. So we're very excited and proud of that, and we think just the culmination of all of that hard work would be having the first ever women's team to qualify for nationals for W&L, as well as go 4-for-4 for the ODAC championship season. And then personally, I was 3rd overall at the ODAC championship last year, so I'd like to improve my performance.
What are the Generals' expectations for the remainder of the regular season schedule?
Yeah, so we have some big meets coming up. We're going to Connecticut College with the top 7, as well as Gettysburg with the rest of the team. And that meet, we think, even though splitting the team, we can place very high at both meets, thus improving our regional ranking. And then going into conference, we'd obviously like to defend our title as ODAC champions, and seniors go 4-for-4, and then going to the regional competition, we would really love to have that first ever W&L women's team at the NCAA National Championships.
Kirsten, thank you for joining us. Best of luck as you try to accomplish all those goals.
And thank you for having me.
With me in the studio is Annalise Thole, senior field hockey captain from Huntingtown, Maryland. Annalise, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
2 weeks ago, W&L was 1-5. Since then, you've upset number 7, Christopher Newport, when the captains were still undefeated. The team also won its ODAC opener against Shenandoah this past weekend. What's led to the turnaround on the field for the Generals?
I think it's been a combination of 2 things, both work we put on and off the field. On the field, we've been working as a team to be more dynamic in the midfield and connecting passes and transitions. And off the field, too, we've been working to psych ourselves up and build our mental game. So that means, like, in the locker room, before practices, before games, really pump ourselves up so we come out as intense as possible.
You had to miss the final 5 games of 2017 due to injury. How rewarding is it for you to be back on the field this fall?
It's so rewarding, especially now it being my senior year. I'm enjoying every single practice day by day instead of focusing at the end of the week at the game. I'm just really excited to be back with my teammates and end my career with a bang.
The Generals are still searching for their first road victory of the season. You've got some big ODAC games coming up away from home as well. What are the specific challenges of playing away from the turf field when you're so used to that surface?
Yeah, we're so fortunate to have our AstroTurf, and I think the ball moves so much quicker on our field as opposed to a field turf. So focusing less on our quickness of stick skill and more of our foot movement and our moving to the ball is going to be very important to winning on the road games.
What are the keys to maintaining your current level of play as you work your way into the heart of the conference schedule?
I think that goes back to the work we've been putting on the field, being dynamic through the midfield. I think individually our lines are so skilled, our defense, our midfields and attack, but we have to work on combining and working together as a whole team, and that means setting your teammates up for success and being there for them.
Annalise, thank you for joining us. Best of luck the rest of the fall.
Thanks for having me.
Here with me now is Allie Case, junior volleyball captain from Lakeville, Minnesota. Allie, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
The Generals suffered a tough road loss to Randolph-Macon last Wednesday. Since then, you've rebounded to win 3 straight conference matches. How pleased have you been with the way the team has responded over the past week?
You know, it's been really nice coming off the 3 wins. I've been pretty pleased with how we've been playing. But what this team is really good at is taking the wins that we've gotten and using them to drive us forward. So it is nice thinking about the 3 wins over the past week, but what we're really focused on now is the next match, and that's something this team, is kind of our motto through the year. We are always focusing on winning the next match, and then when it finally does come to game time, we're focusing on winning that match. So like I said, it's nice with the weekend wins, but we're more focused now on the competition in the future.
In terms of what's been happening on the court, what has led to the general success over the past few matches?
I think our success, I would mostly contribute to the change in kind of mindset we've adapted in practice. It's definitely been more intense in the gym in a good way. It's really pushed us to come together as a team, just adapt kind of a more aggressive mentality, both on offense but in defense in general. Just coming together more as a team in that respect, not only in the drills that we do, but just the mindset in general when we play. Our priority now is not just improving as a team, but what can we do in practice that will transfer directly onto the court and help us win more.
This is your junior year, but it's already your 2nd season as a team captain. What led you to take on a leadership role so early in your career?
Yeah, that's a great question. So before coming to W&L, when I played club volleyball, I always found myself in a leadership position, so that definitely carried over. But I knew coming here right away, being in a position as captain, it would allow me for a great relationship with the coaches and my teammates and just our program's culture in general, on a much deeper level. And, what it comes down to is, what makes me get up in the morning is being with teammates and getting to play volleyball and knowing that if I can be a part of their success in any way possible, that is truly the greatest feeling in the world. I chose my jersey number 2 because to me, my teammates come first and then I come second. So that's definitely something, I've adapted to as a captain. My kind of role as a captain is just being, the cheerleader and the support system for my teammates it's truly the greatest feeling in the world.
The goal will be to be playing your best volleyball when the ODAC tournament rolls around in early November. What are the keys over the next few weeks to make that happen?
Like I had mentioned, I think definitely carrying the aggressive mindset that we've started to adapt to more in practice, and it's definitely showed in the last 3 games. But I think what we're looking for is to see it more consistently, not only set to set, but also, if we're down, a couple points in a set, not letting that affect how aggressive we are on offense is kind of our main goal. So making everything more consistent and just kind of bringing that to every game and starting off with that rather than waiting for it to develop kind of later in the sets.
Allie, thank you for joining us. Good luck with the rest of the year.
Thank you for having me.
Here's what's in store for the upcoming weekend. Women's soccer hits the road to face Shenandoah on Friday night. On Saturday, women's cross country will compete in the CNU Invitational. Volleyball plays host to a tri-match with Lynchburg and Stevenson, while football will visit Bridgewater. The swimming teams open up the season with a dual meet at Center. Field hockey travels to Bridgewater, and men's soccer gets set for a big road match against 9th-ranked Lynchburg. And women's golf will play host to the Generals Invitational, which begins on Sunday. For W&L Sports Weekly, I'm Jeremy Franklin. Thanks for watching.